Sairam. In the September of 2008, after a bhajan session that had concluded at the Sai Kulwant Hall in Prasanthi Nilayam, Puttaparthi, Swami, that is Bhagawan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, made a change from a practice that had been going on for several decades. You see, after every bhajan session, there would be a chant for the peace of the world. We all would chant Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu. But that particular day in the September of 2008, Swami called a couple of students and told them to change the chant and chant instead of that as Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. So, Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu, Swami changed to Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. And since then, to this day, in 2025, it continues to be chanted as Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. I don't think it will be changed. Interestingly, if we explore the Sanskrit language, it is called the divine language. One of the reasons why it's called the divine language is because of its perfection. Get ready to get astounded and surprised. Those of you who are not aware of this, Sanskrit, when we write any sentence, irrespective of the order of the words, the meaning remains the same. Fantastic, right? So whether I say Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu, Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu, Samasta Bhavantu Sukhino Lokah, or any other permutation and combination, the meaning remains the same. Amazing, right? This was a discovery that I made after this change happened. Then, why did Swami make this change? Possibly to indicate to us that all these chants should not be done mechanically as a rote. They have deep meaning. Samastha Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu or Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu is a prayer for the well-being of all the worlds. All the worlds, the whole universe. May everything in the universe, may every being in this universe be peaceful, genuine, true peace, which goes beyond the ups and downs of life. By making this change, Swami made all of us focus on the meaning of this mantra, made us focus on the deep significance of this mantra, and that is how he raised our awareness and consciousness. Coming to this, Samastha Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. Why should we pray for the peace of the whole universe? If I am peaceful, it is enough, right? Well, let me travel down memory lane and recollect a very interesting, humorous and insightful personal experience with beloved Swami, our dear Lord Bhagawan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, which showed me the importance of praying for universal peace, for praying for universal harmony. It was the 9th of July 1999. I was studying in grade 12 at the Shri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School. On that particular day, as the bell rang at school to signal the end of the 5th hour or the 5th period and the beginning of the 6th period, all of us in the class rejoiced because we knew for sure that the next period was a free period. It was a free hour because the teacher was sick and was on leave. So we decided to play a game of dumb charades. In dumb charades, one of us will act out silently a word or a phrase and the others have to guess. And we were playing a competition where every student will act out something and the rest of us will try to guess what it is, and whoever guesses first and the most correct will get more points. And I was leading in this game. I was winning. At this point in time, I noticed that one of my classmates, his name is Sridhar Reddy, he was actually trying to hint and help the boy who was in the second place. He was trying to help him and give him indications as to the answers so that he could defeat me possibly. I saw this and I told him, hey Sridhar, don't do this. I warned him. I said, don't do this. I saw him doing it again and I warned him the second time. But you know what, he didn't stop, and finally I lost my lead position. I came to the second position, and I'm prone to getting angry very fast. So I got very angry, and in that anger I just lifted my hand and swung at him and hit him on his shoulder. I hit him quite hard. It must have pained for him. And immediately after doing that, I got ready for his retaliation, because when you hit someone, they're going to hit back, right? But to my surprise, he just kept silent. He held on to his shoulder, which was aching, and he closed his eyes in pain. He winced in pain, but he neither shouted at me nor did he hit back. And that made me feel so miserable. I would have preferred him either shouting back at me or swinging his hand back at me and fighting and finishing it off there. But this silence hurt me, made me feel so guilty, made me feel so remorseful, made me feel so bad. See, dear brothers and sisters, silence is very powerful. It's not just golden, it is very powerful also. In fact, the power of silence is such that it can draw upon us the grace of the Lord Himself. I'm reminded of the beautiful experience of Brother Amitabh Das Gupta. I will not go into that here because it's already present at this link above. Do watch it to realize the power and impact of silence. Over here, I was feeling very bad. I went and apologized to Sridhar. I said, I'm so sorry, Sridhar. I don't know why I lost my temper. I should not have done this. Please forgive me. And again, he forgave me. He said, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Just forget about it. And that made me feel even more guilty. If he had again scolded me or said something at that point in time, I would have possibly felt better. But him forgiving me immediately made me feel even more remorseful. Again, that also showed to me the power of forgiveness. So when both of these happened, I was feeling so bad, and I felt that I had to do something to make up for it. And so I prayed to Swami. I said, Swami, today during darshan, please bless this handkerchief for me. What do you mean by bless this handkerchief? Whenever Swami would materialize Vibhuti for any devotees, back in those days, the students had the opportunity that if you had a white new handkerchief, you could rush and offer that to Swami for him to wipe and clean his hands. But that is just a pretext. It was more so to ensure that the Vibhuti gets transferred onto the handkerchief, and that handkerchief gets transformed into an object worthy of worship. So many such handkerchiefs Swami has blessed for me, and I have shared it with other devotees as well, and those handkerchiefs sit in different shrines. In fact, there are many beautiful experiences related to this handkerchief, and they are present at this link above. So I wanted Swami to bless my handkerchief that day, and my plan was, at the end of the day, I will go and offer that to Sridhar Reddy, and I'll tell him, here Sridhar, take this. This is my repentance. This is my penance for having committed this act in anger. That was my plan. And I prayed to Swami that Swami, somehow today just near me materialize Vibhuti so that I can offer this handkerchief to you, because this handkerchief is for Sridhar. I want to give it to him. That was my prayer. Now when we went to the mandir for darshan, those days darshan used to be held in the Purnachandra auditorium because gold gilding work was going on in the Sai Kulwant hall. So all the evening darshans had been shifted to the Purnachandra auditorium. It was during this time only I had that most memorable photo signing experience, which taught me what is God's greatest weakness and what is our greatest strength. That is a two-part satsang, the part 1 of which is at this link above. At the end of that part 1, you will automatically get linked to the part 2. All these links that I am mentioning will also be seen at the end of the description section of this video. And so we had to go to the Purnachandra auditorium for darshan. But that day, Swami had gone to the Sai Kulwant hall to supervise some of these works that was going on, and therefore we got the opportunity to sit on either side of the carpet that led Swami from Kulwant hall to the Purnachandra auditorium. And so as he was walking and going to the Purnachandra auditorium before giving darshan, we were all seated along the path. And just a few boys next to me, Swami began to swirl his palm and materialized Vibhuti for a student. And I joyously pulled out this handkerchief from my pocket and offered it to him. He took it, he wiped his hand and gave it to me. And I was on cloud 9. I was so happy. I was so happy that Swami had already blessed this handkerchief and now it was ready to be offered to Sridhar Reddy. And I felt, wow, Swami, how fast you have responded to my prayer. How quickly, even before the official darshan, you have already responded. And then as Swami went into the Purnachandra auditorium from the back door, we all rushed and went into the Purnachandra auditorium from the side shutters, and we took our places for darshan. Within 5 minutes, Swami was in the hall granting darshan. And during the darshan rounds, as Swami was passing by me, he went a little ahead, and from behind, I could see Swami's palm was swirling. And in my heart, I just felt he is materializing Vibhuti again for another devotee. So I got up and rushed to Swami. And of course, Swami had materialized Vibhuti. But in front of Swami was another gentleman who was sitting there with a handkerchief to offer to Swami. And I was behind Swami. Swami could not see me, right? So naturally, Swami will take that person's handkerchief. But to my great delight, Swami turned around 180 degrees, looked at me in the eyes, just like how Swami is looking at us here, smiled and asked for my handkerchief. And he took my handkerchief, wiped his hand and gave it back to me. My God, now I was on cloud 10 or cloud 11, whichever cloud higher than cloud 9. I was so happy. Now when I look back, that was the only instance where in a single session, Swami has wiped his hand on a kerchief 2 times. And it was so special that others also observed, others also noticed. After the darshan session, when I went and beckoned to Brother Sridhar Reddy, I told him, Sridhar, you know what, this was my prayer to Swami and Swami blessed it not once but twice. He said, yeah, I saw it. And I told, therefore, this is yours. Please take it. He became so happy. He immediately embraced me. We hugged each other. And I felt that Swami was embracing me. So much of love, so much of brotherhood, so much of goodwill. And then I realized the power of love and forgiveness is so tremendous. Anger possibly gives momentary kind of release, but it torments us for a long time. Love, on the other hand, so beautiful, so wonderful. And that is how this beautiful episode ended. And the only handkerchief that I could get it blessed twice, I gave it to Sridhar, and I don't have it with me, but I have beautiful memories of that day. And the most important lesson here, I was thinking, never does Swami speak anything, do anything, or even arouse thoughts which don't have meaning. Every action, every breath that the avatar takes is full of meaning. Why did Swami bless only that one handkerchief twice for me? Because possibly that was the only time with respect to a handkerchief where I had made a prayer for someone else, not for myself. Every time I would pray, Swami, bless my handkerchief, bless my handkerchief. Here it was, Swami, bless the handkerchief for Sridhar. The moment the prayer had turned selfless, it had immediately manifested. Dear brothers and sisters, I have realized this. This is the truth. Anytime our prayer is selfless, it will manifest immediately, at least faster than the selfish prayers. There is another video related to this also, which is at this link above. You can have a look at that. Anytime the prayer is selfless, it will be granted. Now, just think, with that one selfless prayer for another one being, Sridhar Reddy definitely got the blessing of that handkerchief. But how much blessed was I? How much blessing did I get because of that selfless prayer? And now, if I pray selflessly like that for the whole world, just imagine the amount of blessing and benefit I myself will get. Because dear brothers and sisters, whether we realize it or not, all of us also are part of the world. We praying Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu is like a cell in the body praying for the welfare of the body. The cell is because the body is. Without the body, the cell cannot be there. When the body thrives, the cell also will thrive. So too, when the whole universe is peaceful and happy, we will automatically be peaceful and happy, and we will also get an abundant share of that bounty and abundance. And that, dear brothers and sisters, is the reason why I feel every day we should spend time, we should spend energy, we should send our prayers and love for Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. May all the beings, may all the worlds, may the whole universe be happy and peaceful. And dear Swami, may the love that we have for you in our hearts keep growing stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.